In this video, we'll have a look at our new course, supporting the Microsoft DP-600 certification. Hello, I'm Philip Burton of idodata.com. The DP-600 certification is all about advanced Power BI skills and particular skills for Microsoft Fabric. So in our course, in 10 hours, we have a look at all of the things that you need in addition to the skills that you will have gained in the PL300 certification. So the PL300 certification is your entry point into Power BI. It's divided into four main sections: visualizing and analyzing data, getting and transforming data using the Power Query window, refining the model using DAX functions and relationships, and the Power BI service. So this means that you've got a good introduction to all parts of the Power BI desktop and Power BI service. You will also have had a considerable introduction to DAX functions, which is necessary for the DP-600. So you can see that you need languages including data analysis expressions, DAX. Now, we cover most of the DAX expressions that you would need in the PL300 certification. However, there are a few additional ones in the DP600 certification, including windowing functions. We also have a look at external apps as well. Then, Microsoft Fabric focuses on data pipelines, Dataflow Gen 2s, and notebooks to interact with lakehouse data and warehouses. So where does all of this fit in with your role? Well, if you are a data analyst, then you will need to know about the Power BI service and desktop. So that is here in this expose section. So if I just zoom in, here is the Power BI. In addition, lakehouses and data warehouses expose an SQL endpoint. So you can use that endpoint to query the data in lakehouses and data warehouses and then build visuals from them. You can also use data flows to ingest data into lakehouses and data warehouses, notebooks to manipulate the data, and procedures for extracting that data. An analytics engineer builds on that. So in addition to being able to use all of those previous items, you'll also need to know how to import data into lakehouses and data warehouses, import data using pipelines and data flows, and use shortcuts to point to data outside of the one lake. Data engineers will need to do most of that and more, as will data scientists. So the DP600 is a good point for you to reach regardless of which of these roles that you have. So let's have a look at our new course. So here I am in idodata.com and I go to Fabric and DP600, and then I scroll down to the bottom and click here to get started. So in our new course, we will design and build semantic models, which will allow us to create calculation groups and items, also look at field parameters and custom Power BI report themes. Then we'll have a look at DAX windowing functions. So these are functions in addition to what you need from the PL300 exam, and also how to use DAX variables. Then we'll have a look at external tools that can be used in conjunction with Power BI Desktop, Tabular Editor 2, DAX Studio, and the Vertipack Analyzer, among others. We'll see how we can solve many-to-many relationships, including using dynamic strings and the Optimize menu. We'll have a look at the analytics development lifecycle, so going from a test environment to a development environment to a production environment, and some other Power BI analytics topics. In part 2 of our course, we'll have a look around Fabric. We'll use data pipelines and data flows to ingest data. We'll look at loading and saving data using notebooks, and then we will manipulate the data in data frames. So we'll have a look at that in two different languages, SQL and PySpark. So there's a lot on SQL and PySpark, as according to the DP600 study guide, preparing and serving data is around 40 to 45% of the marks. We'll also have a look at profiling data. We'll then transform the data in a data warehouse, including slowly changing dimensions, before we create additional objects, optimize performance, so bottlenecks, for loading the data and also manipulating the data in data flows, notebooks, and SQL queries, before looking at some other topics. So in these 10 hours, we will look at all of the additional topics needed beyond the PL300 exam that are required in the DP-600 exam. So if you want a list of what those are, then scroll down to near the bottom and click on the study guide. So this shows all of the topics that are required. So if you'd like to take our course, then please go to idodata.com and click on Fabric and DP600. There's also the PL300 course that goes through all of the topics needed for that certification, which we then build on in the DP600 course. Links to both of these courses are included in the description to this video. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then why not click on the like? And why not subscribe and click that bell? That way you'll be notified of any new videos. If you'd like to find more about some of the new topics that are included in the DP600 exam, then please click on the link on the end screen to this video. I'm Philip Burton of idodata.com. Thanks for watching and keep learning.